Hello everyone, this is Ofty Gaming. In this video, I want to talk about late game optimization. I just want to note a few things that you should be doing every day. And there has been some recent updates here and there. I actually recorded a couple versions of this video, and those updates had made me have to update this video. So I guess I think right now is a great time for me to talk about this. A lot of people should have entered the late game, not counting the new servers. But if you're already level 60 and you have a team of roughly purple plus 3 quality, then it's probably late game for you. And in late game, to continue improve your power, like the CP value or like the overall to get better at this game, I think it comes down to a few things. The first thing is to get as many orange quality partners as much as possible, and then also the second thing would be level up your partners. If it is purple plus 3, then the cap is 240. If it is orange, then the cap is 300. Like it costs tons of EXP bottles. I currently don't have any partner at 300 right now. And the next thing is about gear. To get all the good gears, level them up as much as possible. And then there are also a few things like around PvP stuff. There are some things to optimize, so I'll go through them one by one. If you're already familiar with them, I would still suggest you to stay with me. Maybe I'll say something that you didn't know before. Just think of it as a checklist, as a check, or if you're already doing all of them every day. For the orange qualities, it's gonna come down to the orange token. So we don't have like the collapse chapter to farm those orange token yet, but like for example this, we have nowhere to get orange token for this sorcerer class. But we have orange token for 3 classes. They are Guardian, Light, and Attack. If you want to get them, the exchange shop is the only place to get them. This exchange shop refreshes every day, 3 times. So in each refresh, you will see 3 spots for the token. And they can be any of the 3 classes, and each spot will have 3 of that token. You can either buy them using gold, like for 45k gold or 36 gems. If you compare their value, the gold is much cheaper than gems. So what I suggest you to do is buy them using gold, at least whenever you can. Just no hesitate, just do it. And for the gems, if you have a lot of gems to spare, you can buy all of them. Especially if you don't have already if you have Guardian Light or attacking your main team that is not yet orange, then do it with gem. Get them to orange as soon as possible. Once you have a couple of them, you will start feeling like there are not a lot of Guardian Light and attack that you want to level up. Maybe, spell, Milky, we want that to orange. We want some sorcerer to orange, and all of those are not yet available. What I find is attack is the most scarce spawn in this shop. So currently I'm doing to use gem to buy all of the attack tokens, but for Guardian and Light I'm passing on them. This shop refresh time is not evenly distributed around a month a day. The first refresh is gonna be 1 hour after the first gift appears. So in my time, which is Pacific time, it's 8 AM in the morning. So this gift will show up 7 AM and the shop will refresh at 8 AM. At 8 AM, that gift is still there. So I'm changed my daily routine to checking this game after 8 AM. That gift lasts until 10 AM. So 8 AM to 10 AM is my window to check the shop. And the second refresh is after all of the 10 Saints tournament has settled. There are 2 rounds. At my local time, the second round starts on 3 PM and it ends at 4 PM. For you, it might be different. The first round for me starts at 1 PM and ends 2 PM. So at 4 PM, this like 1 hour after the second round starts is when this shop refreshes, and the third refresh will be actually the absolute first refresh is gonna be the daily, around the daily refresh. That's gonna be 1 a.m. for me. Yep, that's 3 times a refresh. That's the only way you can get orange token right now. And if you get enough of the attack on Light and Guardian, maybe once the new chapter comes out, you only need to farm tokens for other classes and don't need to worry about those classes. Alright, for the EXP bottles, there's no short way to get more EXP bottles. There are only very limited ways to get them. The like this, getting the FK rewards is the best way to get XP bottles. You can maximize this by having as high percentage as possible in the idle for the last room, living room. Currently, I haven't farmed my Yumi to 6-star, so my percentage is 59%. After that, I will be able to get 60%. It's kind of not optimal right now because I already reached level 10 for Meki, but I have to use Meki here to get as much EXP as possible. I hope they release another Tobankai SSR so we can place another one in here to grab the daily intimacy. The next way to get max out XP is daily trials. The first trial is for XP refresh 10 times every day, and with 2 of them being the extra reward. Do this every day, like 10 times. Just try to do all of them. Also, another word for the daily trials, like right now the stamina is probably not as much limiting as before. So if you buy 5 times of stamina every day, you might have some leftovers, but I still do that. If you really have that many staminas left, you can also do more gold. Use some of the gold attempts, because you will not have enough gold if you're doing everything I said in this video. So get more gold is also good. I don't recommend the third one, but I still do the 2 times every day to get extra shard. Extra shard means extra dust to start up your partners, and they can be helpful. That's it for the trials. And the third way is to collect the resources or exchange resource. What was that? To collect the resources with gems. Do this. I do this twice every day. It's 50 gems in exchange of 37.5k. No, 375k exp. So buying this with 50 gems is equivalent of buying the stamina at 160 and then use the daily trials. The XP yield is the EXP versus gold gem ratio is the same, but however this trial also gives shard, so making this better. So at least you need to do this 10 times every day before you consider exchanging XP bottle with gem. But I also do that. But the next tier is 100 gem for that much XP is much less efficient, so I'm not opting for that. Also 375k is not that much XP. And then if you still want more, then this there's a daily pack that gives you Nightmare Bottles card. It's a size grows. It's pretty much worth it. I think that is the cheapest one that you can get, like 1 card per $1. Plus you also get some dust from the Sire Shard and 1 summon ticket. It's not amazing, but it's still a steady amount of Nightmare Bottles. And then also every week there's a pack, Summon and Growth pack, that gives you a good amount of XP plus XP card. And this ratio is probably like $2 per card. That's still acceptable. But there are also some more. The resource card will give you like 1 hour. That is like 6 resource card is equivalent to 1 a EXP card plus like 1 gold card plus 1 crystal card. But crystal is not that all that important. This means you just can think of this as 1 gold card plus 1 EXP card. And $5 for that is not too great a deal compared to others. And the same thing here, it has 2 cards for $10. It's like $5 per card, much less efficient than the other ones. They also give some bread. In my opinion, they are also minimal. If you just want bread, then you would opt for this. $5 2 bread is better than this deal. If you just want EXP, they're also not the best. So I'm not buying them right now, but I used to buy them every week until this week. There is no monthly thing that gives you EXP. There are occasionally some of the limited shop stuff that gives you EXP. You can opt for that if you really want them. I think so far EXP is the biggest bottleneck for late game. And then let's talk about gears. How do you get as many like high level gears as possible? It comes down to a few things. First, you're gonna need the copies, the mutable copies of the gear that you actually want to wear on your partners. And some of them are exclusive to the paid content or the miracle mode or the like Genesis, Honor, and Contribution Summon. They're not available like that often from the explorations or gear summons. That makes some of the gears very, very common and some of the gear very, very rare. So looking at my inventory right now, I would say Phoenix eyeglasses. The next one is Swinging One Glass. And then probably this lava suit, and those are all the very, very common ones. A Gentleman's Poise, Key Protector, and also there's where is it? Rosa is pretty common. Also the other one, where is it? Couldn't find it. The healer's weapon, the stopwatch. Where is it? Oh, here. Those two. Those two are pretty common. I ate a lot of the stopwatch to make another level 60 stopwatch so that I'm not having too much in my inventory. But they're the common ones, and the other ones are probably rare, especially some of the ones I only have 1 copy and some of that I don't really have a copy of them. So of the common ones, you can definitely build more than 1 copy of that SSR to the max level. And here's what I suggest. So for the common ones, you get them and you level up. If you really need, if you're lacking like the gear dusts, you can use them to break through, like just fodder them into the gear, so they count as double. For example, every SSR gear count as 2000 dusts. That's actually decent for the common gears. For the rare gears, you probably don't want to do that, and you probably want to even use the honor gem or honor stone or something, honor gem, to fodder through level 20, 40, and 60 to save extra copy for that gear. That's for SSR, and for SR, same story, but every SR gear is farmable. It's not hard to obtain, so you probably don't need to exchange for the commons stone for the SR gear. So this one is what I'm talking about. Amplification gem, you probably don't need to exchange for this ever, and then you just want to buy from the first 3 to basically use them as fodders. So I think over time your folks will be on the SSR gears. Don't build too many SR gears. There are good ones, build 1 or 2 copy of them. Don't build too many. I think there are only 2 SR gears that have built more than 2 copies. They are the Victory Cornerstones I'm actually not gonna build more than 3, just 3 is good enough for me. And then also this bone cloth, you're gonna need a abundant of them. So those are the 2 SR gears that I have 3 copies maxed. The other ones I have at most 2 copies. This block rate boots and also the heal boots are decent. Also this Darktail is decent. I have 2 copies of them. Also this Ghost Lamp is only reflect rate SR. I have 2 copies of that as well. Otherwise, other things I only have 1 copy. So same thing here for SR gears. You also want to keep the same gear, multiple copies, and just use the same gear to follow them up to the next level. That way you save the gear dust and you can use them on the other gears. Alright, then the next question is how to get more gear dust. I think the leveling up gear mainly costs tons of gear dust plus tons of gold. Gold, there's no workaround. Just get it every day. Occasionally buy the shop pack if you want. But gear dust, there is a very good way to farm them. That is explorations. And in exploration, every chapter has 4 stages. And the first stage will always be for weapon, the second is for armor, third is for boots, and fourth is for everything, including accessories. So what you want here is to farm at the second floor, not the first one, because the second one gives more. And for the daily recommended reward, if you want to stack that up, it's fine. If you want to do it every day, that's fine too, but the maximum is 2. You gotta at least do them every 2 days. Do the recommended reward first, and then for the rest 10 charges, you should do them every day as well. Just exhaust all of the 10 attempts. I think it's the 4th chapter released, so my recommendation is that by default you just farm this one, because they also don't have all the extra things that you need to worry about. If you farm in this level, just auto will complete absolutely everything. If you're doing the first one and the second one, there are extra stuff you can do yourself. For the first one, it's about picking up the leaves, picking up the curse if there is one. So burn the leaves to get more EXP, bottle, XS, and some gold. And also donate at the house. Also, there's occasionally a chance for the soul to appear. The answer to the soul's question will give some more resource. That extra things is mostly for a few more intimacy item, a very minimal amount of XP bottles. And for the second one, I think it's about opening up the closet, either get some resources or get a girl. If you have a girl, help you find a girl's brother. And also, if there's the red rice ball, also eat that red rice ball. And the other 2 rice balls gives you nothing. There is also a witch that you can like eat the soup and gives you 2 gift boxes. That's neat. There's also a chance for the soul to appear. Then you can answer the soul's questions, get some more resources. But for the Hiking City and Yumi Palace, they don't have any extra things. Farming in those locations, you can just automate them by using some like recorded macros. I am doing that every day with the 4th one, because the 4th one gives every type of gear, so that like makes things easy. I just farm this one, I'll have everything. But if you're particularly looking for upgrading a weapon or armor or a boot, then you should farm in the first 3 stages to get the gear dust, particularly for that gear type. They're gonna be very effective. You're gonna like 10 attempts is going to be enough for at least 10k gear dust for that particular type, and you will also have some extra common gear dust available to upgrade other piece of gears. So do this 10 times every day. I'm already like just using macros to do this. I think if you're also like me, you want to use macro to do this, The wait time for completion for this is around 140 seconds. I'm using 150 seconds to give the a little extra buffers, and it's probably the same for like it takes a little bit less time for the other ones, and these auto competes around actually I forgot, 1 minute or 30 seconds, like 90 seconds or 100 seconds. This is around 90 seconds, and this I forgot. Yeah, this is around that. You can explore and use stopwatch to time them yourself. If you want to farm them automatically, they're very boring and it takes time, and it's best to automate them. That's much for the gears. So as of right now, I think I don't have like the character lens upgrade problems. I only have gear problems. Also, I'm also using all of my common ticket in the gear summon. They're not as effective. You compare gear summon to explorations, then each exploration is at least worth hundreds of gems on like multiple, like 2 to 3 or 4 common tickets in the gear summon, but it only takes 30 stamina, so it's a great deal, and just try to do this 10 times every day. All right, that's the 3 main ways to boost your combat power. Now I'm gonna talk about a few other things that you can optimize in some of the game modes. First, for an arena, so there's not much to optimize. As long as you can clear 10 enemies, then it should be fine for you. If you cannot, maybe you need to think about the strategy and look at their teams and what they're doing, then come a strategy to clear them, or just power up your team so you're strong enough to do this. I think at the end game, if you're a competitive player, you should have no trouble of defeating everyone. And here in 10, like that's true for everyone, because as an attacker, you have the advantage of arranging your teams, and you can try as many times as you want. The thing to note here is that there is a season for this. It's last every time it lasts a week. After the week refreshes, if you clear 10 opponents and then you refresh, the enemy is not gonna give you 15 honor, and that means for each challenge ticket you're not getting as many honor as possible. But that's not ideal. The way to work around this, listen carefully, is about whenever it's on the last day, you clear the 10 opponents and leave untouched for 10 opponents on the next refresh. So on the next day you can do 2. Just doing 2 will be efficient to complete the daily quest. If you really have to, you can do 9. Don't do 10. So leave the last one until the second day at that season, or until at least the very late of the first day of that season. So you will get 15 honor for each opponent on the next refresh. That's a trick. I believe not everybody knows this. So if you look at the leaderboard, a lot of them are not a multiply of 5. If you're doing this perfectly, they should have at least multiply of 5, because all the things that they can give you as a multiply of 5 honors. If you're doing this optimally, then you get more honor per ticket spent. Just to be careful that don't stack up more than 50 tickets. At that point, after spending stamina, you won't get more ticket. That's bad. And yeah, I consider like this is a little secret. Not many people know this. And then I want to talk about how to optimize the Intense Saints tournament. So at least register every day is at least what you can do. And to get better at Intense Saints tournament, you need at least 30 partners, not just randomly any 30. There is an energy limit. So some of the partners, despite they can be pretty strong, but their energy cost is just too high. So I'm not using them right now because it's hard to. I use them, I need to exchange another partner for a lower energy one, and that makes the overall strength of my teams are not that strong. So I think in this mode AoE is very strong. If you can get AoE, at least place one AoE in each team and place them in this spot to use AoE first and give that partner all the good gears that you have, hoping that that partner will be able to kill every enemy partner. And if that's the case, you get the perfect score, which like the score depends on whether you win or lose, or like, and also how much HP you have remain and how much HP enemy have remain. If you have all the HP remaining and enemy has no HP and you win, that's a perfect score that you can get, and the AoE partner is the only way that I know of that can do that. Otherwise you need to involve healers to heal back. That's gonna be situational. Alright, for that to happen, there's also another important piece, that your AoE attack should happen before the enemy AoE. And that is around the speed. Speed is going to be very important in Tencent's tournament, much more than anywhere else, because speed is almost useless anywhere else. The key to a higher speed, there are two parts of it, actually three parts of it. The first part is not there's not much thing you can do about it. It's about getting as high quality and as high star as possible. Leveling up partners does not change speed, but the quality and the star does change speed. And after you have all that, then it's gonna depend on the boots. So right now the high speed can be achieved at boots is 800. There's a SSR boost that can give you extra speed. Let me find where I have that. Probably on Gagaku I should have one. This would also give you extra speed, but it only applies to attack and summoners. In this case, SSR boost is much better than SR boost, because SR boost at level 60 only give you 640 speed, but SSR gives you 800. That's a decent difference. So that's also why, even there are good SR boosts, you shouldn't level too many of them, because SR boost is gonna be the key for you to win the Tencent tournament. And for the next piece, which is the most important one, is about this album. The intimacy value actually gives you speed for all the partners. So this value equals to all of the intimacy levels of all of your partners summed up, and plus 9 is the speed boost it's gonna give to every partner. It's gonna be significant, because like you see the 400, that's like already more than the gap between SR boots and SSR boots at level 60. This is gonna be the biggest determining factor between you and your enemy, because there's a high chance you already have the highest star and highest the quality and the highest level boots, and then what you're gonna compare with your enemy is gonna be this value. So what you want to do is as high as much as possible, like a number, and on this intimacy value. To get there, the trick is to level up all of the partners. Don't be so picky, level all of them to as high as possible. Right now I'm leveling them to I think all of them to level 7. I still have some level 6 left. So what I do every day is, when I have the intimacy items, I just go loop through all of the lower level ones and try to level them up. And there are like, if you really like some partners, you want to unlock their story, go for it. But other than that, you should level all the other partners equally, so that you have as high intimacy value as possible. That's gonna help you a lot to win more Tencent tournament, to get more resources. Also note that the exchange shop also gives you intimacy items. The gold and gem value of them are similar. I'm buying all of them every day. If you're low on gold or low on gem, you can choose to only buy the other type. You can skip them, but I'm still buying them every day. If you have the extra resource to spare, consider them, and also try to get them 3 times a day. If you really want to go for the extra mile, you can refresh this thing 3 times a day as well. It does not mess with the refresh timer. The first is gonna cost you 100 gems, the second is 200 gems, and third is 300 gems. And if you're doing that, I believe only very few people will do that. If you're doing that, you should buy all of the things to make it worth it, make the refresh worth it. And there's also a small thing that you can get extra intimacy, is that occasionally there will be either the head pet or a gift option for the partners in the Musipula. I think that happens multiple times a day. I don't know the exact refresh time, but when you refresh, it will clear the previous like spawn stuff on your partner and use a new spawn. So every time it'll be either 2 or 3. What the gift does is give you 4 more intimacy value than the gift itself, if you have the gifts already. But if you don't have it, it will give you an option to buy it using gold. That's the best deal. That's the thing that can give the most intimacy in this method. So try to send your gift before collecting the spawn gift in the home. And I think the trick here, because I don't know the timer, so I can only advise you to check this UI every time you log in. Like whenever you're logging in to check the gift, or to get check the arena or check the shop exchange. Also take a look at Musipula to get more intimacy values if you can. And I think that's probably all of the things I can talk about. One last thing for Crusade, which I'm going to do in another video. I set it for a very long time, I haven't done it yet. You will get 2 attempts for Crusade every day. So on the first couple stages, it's going to be very easy, but on the later ones, it's going to be hard. So when it gets hard, what you want to do is use your 2 attempts every day. Don't just accumulate them to 4 attempts. And I will talk about more about how to use 2 attempts, but use them every day so you get to use your strong partners more often to get more contribution in there. And that's much about everything I want to talk about. If you find I missed something you want to share, please leave that in the comments. I and also other people will be able to learn from you. Thank you for watching. If you find this helpful, please give this video a like. I think it contains a lot of the information that I think are valuable. Also, consider subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I will see you in the next one. Bye.